Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world you are in. I'm Ben Koh, and I'm going to be one of the presenter walking through today virtual open house. As I mentioned earlier, the virtual house is designed to help interested prospects like you yourself to be able to have a more understanding around the coach training program, because we understand that it's going to be an investment not only in terms of your financial resource, but it's also an investment of your time. And it is always our intention to be able to help you to make an informed decision. And this is why we are making the effort to do this virtual open house. So the fact that you are here today could be someone someone has informed you about the transformative coaching program, or you have found it out in either in our marketing campaign, in the website, or in the Facebook. So whatever reason that brought you here, I'm very glad that you are here joining us in today's session. So joining me in today's virtual open house is we have Sandri. She's our business partner and going to be very soon our program director for France. And at the same time, we also have our EHUB. We can see that right now he might be in the airport moving on to somewhere. So really appreciate him taking the time to take time to be here with all of you. So EHUB is our Director of Training for Middle East and Gulf. So we are very glad to have both of them joining me today to talk about to share with you what's up in this in our transformative coaching program. So let me give you a heads up in terms of what's on the menu tonight or today in this virtual open house. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about who are we, who is Coach Masters Academy, and then we like to be able to share with you our philosophy of our coaching philosophy. Why do we choose to adopt an evocative inside-out approach? And we'll be able then to walk you through some highlights on the program, and then walk you through in terms of the roadmap. What's the requirements for you to complete this program, and what's next for you after you have completed the program? And then finally, we will we're going to have some time to answer your questions. Okay, so let me have the honor to start with the first thing on the menu, and that is who is Coach Masters Academy. Well, what can we say? I can say that we are a global coach academy, global academy in the sense that we are present in 5 different continents in more than 34 cities, presenting this coach training program in Asia, in South Asia, in Middle East, in Africa, and in Europe, and also not forgetting the Ocean Pacific regions. We are also a local academy in the sense that we have regional office in some of this continent, so that we can reach out to our students and support them and be more closer to them, to be able to help them to continue to develop their skills or build a strong coaching community. So we find the local presence is a very, very important part in helping our coaches to continue to move on after they finish their training program. The global platform allows our students to be able to experience and enrich and can have that diverse, wide and broad global perspective of coaching. After all, coaching is a global phenomenon, and the capacity to be able to work with different culture, is a key aspect of of being a professional coach. Okay, we have active faculty member. That means these are faculty members who are practitioner. They are not just trainer. They are in their own rights a professional coach who are working with their clients, and they are actively conducting and delivering this training, in these 34 cities. And of course, we have a team of executive members who primary responsibility is to help us to make this program available and visible to a larger audience, so that we can, enable this tool to make an impact to the life and to help people to advance forward. Our vision is to inspire positive change through the mastery of coaching. We, the whole entire faculty members strongly believe that coaching does work. It does make a difference, and we're seeing it over and over again in our own private and professional practice. And therefore, we are all committed to be able to want to be able to share that to a larger audience, so that as a collective voice, we can make a contribution in helping people to advance in their professional development. And in order for us to realize that, we know and recognize the importance of the mastery of coaching, as in supporting our coaches to acquire and sharpen their skills, so that they can be of service to their clients to bring about positive change. So we are, as a faculty staff, fully committed to support our coaches to be successful in their adventure to be a professional coach, so that we can enlist a greater audience to join us in this collective voice of inspiring positive change. And finally, not but least, as I mentioned, our mission is to prepare coaches and leaders to help their clients to experience sustainable performance. What we want is a kind of change that is deep and sustainable. It's not a one-time, change is not just about finding a fix or putting something in place to resolve something. We want the change to be adaptive, generative, that is in support of the clients in developing and expanding their thinking capacity. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about briefly our distinctiveness. Okay, what makes our coaching approach different from other providers? And our approach draws from the science of adult learning theory. Is a proprietary framework that we have integrate the adult learning theory with the science of positive psychology to create a change that is deep and sustainable, by helping people to experience a shift in their perspective. And in order to fully appreciate why we adopt such an approach in our coaching, it might be very useful for us to first consider some important facts. I've tried so many methods. Why is it that the change is not happening? Well, it's not that people resist change. They in fact love the benefit of what change can bring to them. They like the benefit of it. What they actually resist is the very fact of they actually resist being changed. Because this put them into a place where they are no longer in control about what the change is going to bring it to them. And that insecurity is the one that really is hindering them from experience the fullness of change. And the interesting thing about this is that sometimes people are just not conscious that they are actually resisting the change. And that's why it's very important for us to be able to tap into their unconscious thinking to help them to have a sense of what is behind that resistance. Is there anything to do with the perception, that is the perspective? Has there anything got to do with the way they're looking at things, which is their understanding? Or what's the emotion behind that? What is that fear, the uncertainty, the anxiety? What does that emotions tells them about their felt need that they're not aware of. And what we realize is that the moment when people gain awareness around what is it that they're unconscious about, it opens up a new perspective for them to want to embrace change. And that's where we want and we understand the way to support that process is to have an approach that is more of an evocative approach rather than a provocative approach, because we don't believe the way our parents has raised us up that provocative approach is going to make any good. It's going to help our clients to appreciate what we're offering to them. So the evocative approach is a way of inviting people to consider. And it happens from an inside-out approach rather than an outside-in approach. An inside approach means that we help our clients to tap into their own unconscious thinking and re-examine, review what is their perceptions, their understanding, and their emotions, telling them about what is really important, and use that emerging understanding to reconsider what would they like to think, feel, or do differently. And I don't want to presume that all of you have watched the video. We have a 90 seconds video presentation that talks about this evidence-based coaching approach that focuses on heightening the awareness and deepening the learning. So I would like to take this opportunity to be able to share this short video clip with all of you. And please let me know if you are not able to see the video.
Coachmasters Academy is in 34 countries, spanning over 5 continents, and we're really leading the way globally in transformative coaching.
Are you able to see that? Oh, okay. Let me redo the screen again, and maybe the screen is not properly shared. Okay, here it goes. Great. So let me do that again.
Coachmasters Academy is in 34 countries, spanning over 5 continents, and we're really leading the way globally in transformative coaching. Our coach training is approved and accredited by the International Coach Federation, who sets the standards for coaching globally.
What excites me most about our training is that our coaches are able to go out and make a real positive impact for their clients.
We focus on the science and the art of coaching. It's about creating sustainable transformations for our clients, our teams, and our organizations.
What happens in a transformative coaching session is that the client is able to, through the conversation with the coach, come up with a new realization that they have not even realized before. And what they're able to do is have forward action that is aligned with this new intention. This creates a wonderful positive impact, not only for themselves, but creates a ripple effect in the people that they then encounter throughout their lives.
I hope you enjoyed the video clip. I'm going to quickly pass the time to Ihab so for him to make some comments. Just a minute. Okay, it's a little bit technical setup problem. Ihab, are you able to share with us or talk with us for a couple of seconds?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go
I hope
ahead.
that you won't be disturbed from the airport noise. If any announcement happens. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be with you here, Ben, sharing the news about our expansion, about what we represent. What I would like to share about our academy is that whoever is joining us is actually joining a community. and not joining an academy only. Our community globally continues to be supportive to each other and is part of a continuous development cycle across the coaching journey, because the journey doesn't stop with the certification. Definitely across the board, and the feedback that all our participants are providing about the academy, that the transformative approach is actually providing sustainable change for their clients, and they feel proud to be able to having such an added value to their clients. And this is what we coaches are all about. We would love to have impact on society and the environment that we live in, and that's what the transformative approach is all about, is providing that sustainable change within the societies and with the people that we work in, be it if you choose to go into life coaching or into executive coaching. That depends on the niche that is selected. Talking about joining that community, the great part is that seeing our graduates, our participants, being able to continue connected, grow together, join our continuous development program, which is given by almost more than 17 directors. Everyone has his own specialty and niche, and giving back with all that loving heart, giving more and more, supporting our coaches, even in areas how to develop their business, how to set their personal brands, how to go into different niches. So I'm proud to be part of this community, and hope to see more and more joining our growing community across, and having the chance, and most of all having the chance for us to grow as people when we go into such programs, because honestly it's a personal transformation, and it's a journey. It's a non-stop growing journey. So thank you, Van, for the opportunity for us to share.
Well, thank you, Iha. We wish you have a safe flight to wherever place you are moving to. So let us continue our presentation here. Now that we are heard, Iha, we're going to move on to the next part, which is I'm going to pass it to Sandri to talk about the way we structured the program to support our coaches to acquire the coaching competency to create a transformative change for their client. Okay, Sandra, will you be able to share?
Yes, with pleasure. So in the program, there are different phases, and I would say before the phase one, there's also like some pre-reading to be done by the students. It's very useful information as well about the coaching. And then the learning phase one is really about the in-person training. So that is something extremely interesting and powerful. This is where you're going to learn about the concept and the methodology of transformative coaching, and you will see it applied as well. So it's a very powerful 3 or 4 days learning phase. After that in-person training, you'll get to the phase two of the classes, which are supervised practical sessions. So when we say that, it's about actually 10 sessions that are online with the group, where there would be a coach, a client, and the rest of the people would be observers. So this is really what we call practical. And when we say supervised, it doesn't mean we're going to be judged. We're all there to learn, and it's just a wonderful tool to be able to put in practice and experiment. This is what it's all about. So it's a very positive, non-judgmental where we can really practice and put the knowledge into practice with everyone's help and understanding. And so yes, I will read a little bit that the goal is to support the participants to integrate and apply the knowledge in this real life context. So there would be real life coaching conversation, interactive discussions, the debriefing, and the feedback, which is extremely useful. So it's a very complete program.
Yes.
Ben, would you like to add something?
Yes, I think most of our prospects are a little bit concerned about, well, what's the flexibility, given the fact that it's an online and there's 10 practical session and it happens on a weekly basis. Well, you can rest assured that there's a lot of flexibility because it's online. That is number one. As long as you are able to hook onto internet, you are able to actually join the sessions, just like what eHub is currently doing right now. He's joining the session in the airport. So that is one. And second, if you really cannot join us in person on one of the sessions, well, you can always do a makeup session by joining other cohorts. We had about 4 or 5 different groups that is doing the supervised practical coaching sessions every week. So if you have to miss one session because it's just not feasible for you to be there, join us in other groups and learn from other program directors. So lots of flexibility in terms of managing the 10 online practical sessions. So with that in mind, Sandra, would you like to also share with them some aspect of the requirements for completion, as in what is needed for me to be able to complete the full certification?
Yes, so they are the in-person training that we've mentioned as the phase 1. Then the 10 online supervised practical sessions. So we need to join and actively participate and put our comments in. And then after the program, we have to pass to do a research paper on the topic that we can choose, and which will demonstrate that we've learned and we have a critical idea and on the subject. And then the last phase would be a final recording, so that we can have the requirements for all the certification. So it's a recording of a coaching session.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sandra, for walking us through. And allow me to complete the last part of it, is what's next after I've completed my certification training? Well, we believe that the certification training is just a way of putting you into the competition. Okay. It's just a beginning point, and coaches are ongoing learners, and we believe that your skills need to be sharpened, and that's where we are fully committed to offer a post-training support in which we continue to offer continuous professional development to help our coaches to stay abreast with the latest trend, or to watch a demonstration by our faculty staff and talk about it and gather feedback, deepen our understanding, have a dialogue on the different ways we can deepen the conversation for our clients to have a greater awareness, or a presentation of a topic to continue to deepen your science about the change process. You can expect, every month to be able to have 2 or 3 learning webinars. And one of the things that I think makes CMA very valuable as investment is that the continued professional development can be exchanged into your continuous coach education units through our strategic partnership with APAC, in which all these hours that you attend in the continual professional development can go to the renewal of your credential. Most coaches, after finish the certification, proceed forward to apply for the credential with ICF, and ICF requires 40 hours of continuous training in order for you to renew the credential. So we provide the platform not only for you to earn the hours to renew the credential, we also provide the platform for you to deepen your knowledge after the certification training. And the good news is it's a lifetime offer to our students. Okay, good. The second piece is about engaging the community. We believe that, you know, the importance of giving back. And that is the very reason why you want to be a professional coach, is that you are intrigued, you are passionate about offering positive change. So Coach Masters Academy has a social arm called the SAFE Foundation, which is in short Success and You. It's a foundation that we set up to offer pro bono coaching to a specific target group of people. At this moment, we are working with the final year of the university students, providing providing coaching to support them to transit into their career life. So I believe you've been there as an undergrad about to enter into your workforce. There's a lot of questions, and you wish that there's someone there to help you to believe more about yourself, and in support of you to moving forward. We also be working with the prison to support inmates to transit into their, to come out of their, to be successfully integrated back to the society. Okay, so you can leverage on this foundations as an opportunity to contribute a difference, and at the same time take advantage of this platform to accumulate your coaching experience and your coaching hours that will then work towards you applying for your credential. And we offers you a series of other advanced training. ICF has different level of credential. The first level at ACC, second level at PCC, and the third level at MCC. Maybe after the first level training, after this level of training, you are inspired to take up professional coaching as your full-time calling or as your full-time vocation. And that's where you want to progress upwards to be able to continue to develop your credential. And that's where we provide you with the upgrade path to be able to meet the requirements for second level and third level credential. But for some coaches, you might not be interested in applying credential. You are interested in deepening your understanding. We do provide also a mastery retreat with the primary purpose of supporting you to develop your identity as a professional coach. And finally, the most important piece is the reason is to be able to support you in building a striving coaching practice. We understand that to build a coaching practice, to have a successful coaching practice, you need two important puzzles. The first one is a competency that is able to create an impactful result. And the second set is a business skills to make your service available and accessible to your audience. Now, the coaching skills is different from your business skills. And we do not want to assume that just because you want to be a professional coach, you have the necessary business skills and business attunement. You know how to brand yourself and create a niche. And after all, it's about building your own unique identity as a coach. So through our partnership with leading marketing agency, we offer you a business momentum for coaches to help you to acquire the business skills that is needed for you to kick off your coaching practice. So that's what's next after you finish your certification training. And at this moment, I would like to pass the time to Sandri. Sandri would like to share her own experience in how she make the decisions in choosing a coach training. So Sandri, would you like to share with us?
Oh, yes. So my objective was really to become a professional coach. And I had some very specific criteria because I wanted a school which is ICF, recognized by ICF, which is the International Coach Federation, with higher standards. and recognized all over the world. So that was one important thing. I wanted to be aligned with the philosophy and the methodology, because there are plenty of schools out there, I mean, coaching schools out there, but it's very important to be attuned with the philosophy, but also to find a school which is really not only a business, you know, I mean, I've seen a lot, I mean, some are very good and others, you know, it's just about a business. So that was very, also the idea of having this possibility of having the face-to-face and in-person training mixed with the online training, because we all know that we have busy schedules. So the online training is also a perfect way to combine your live and your work with the training. And Coach Masters Academy is really has a proven and globally recognized approach and of transformative coaching, which is really scientifically proven methodology, and that was a very important part of my decision as well. So I'm very, very happy to have joined, and I'm also doing now the advanced training because I even want to go on to the next level. And it's a great family. As Ihab said, it's a community. So we're part of a family now, and there's a lot of exchange of information and help and between all the coaches. So it's a great networking as well for that. And I think I would say that coaching is not only a way of doing things, it's also a way of being. And that was also the transformation is starting through us, actually.
Yes.
And this is how we are able afterwards to transform people and people's life and make this world like maybe a better world, if I can say so.
Thank you. I'm sure Ihab has something to contribute along that line. Ihab, is there anything that you'd like to say?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Thanks, Sandrine, for your input. And selecting an academy can be or should be actually something that someone will put a little bit of effort and research behind, because you need to look also beyond what's available in the market or in terms of academies, because some of them will go unfortunately commercial. But the idea is that the sustainability of the academy itself, like having an academy in 34 countries, for sure means trust, for sure means that you have your back supported, you have more than 17 to 20 directors along the community with various experiences that they can share and add value. What I saw interesting as well is that this global reach is that our coaches as well, if they travel, they can find support because they belong to that community. So if they go to another country, they can reach out because the community meet on the continuous development platform. They meet each other and they reach out. Most importantly is to look at the facilitators, those facilitating the program. In our academy, as we all pass through the journey, there is a rigorous requirement for somebody to stand and become a front of the room leader. It's not that somebody joins the academy and then because he's a PCC he can start providing the training. It's a matter of he's nurtured into the culture of the transformative approach and the CMA culture in terms of two things, in terms of delivering the program and having those core values that CMA stands for. So it is very imperative that whenever somebody wants to join is to look who's behind that academy, who's delivering the program, what kind of support, if I want to reach out within the academy, the headquarters, would they have instant, I can reach out, I can have a global support if I want to go beyond. And last but not the least, I don't want to take much time, but last but not the least is that the academy having the capability of developing your journey, your coaching journey up to an MCC level. And not all academies can also provide that in terms of allowing you to reach a point where you can be solid when you are applying at that level. There is only a limited amount of coaches at the MCC level. So having that academy who's able to nurture you and to uplift you to that level, that means the academy is extremely solid. with a high success rate,
Yes.
as we have seen. So this is what I wanted to share.
Oh,
I hope I
thank
did not
you.
take long.
Oh, that's fantastic, Ihab. Thank you. And indeed, no, our academy not only produce ACC and PCC credential, we are starting to produce MCC credentials. So it speaks a tremendous volume about the quality of training that you'll be receiving here. So, well, I know that we're taking quite a bit of time, and I just want to make sure that we're coming to the end of the presentation, and I'm just not sure, Marian, if you are there, I'm just wondering, do you have any question for us? Well, I'm sure. Is that Marian? Are you able to hear us? Well, I presume that. Okay. Okay. So, okay, great. Now, I'm sure Marian is still with us, and I think she's might be not attending to something. So, great. So, we come to the end of the presentation, and please send us an email to info@coachmastersacademy.com if you have any question, and I'm sure our global office will get back to you, within the shortest possible time. We are running the program in Europe in the month of March. There are a couple of training location that you might be interested. We'll be doing the one that is in London. After that, we'll be doing it in Romania. And then in the month of May, we'll be hosting this program in Paris and Frankfurt. Whoa. So if you're looking for, to kill two birds in one stone, well, you got 4 cities for you to pick. Now you can attend the 4 days in-person training, then couple that with a few more days of obligation to visit the cities. So for more information, please write into us, and we really hope to be of service to you. So with that, thank you for joining us this evening, this afternoon, or this today morning. With that, thank you and take care.
Thank you. Take care.